Welcome back to Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing as the Empire, and oh yes, I've got a bunch of corrections to do. So let's get to the corrections. We're going to start off right here in Corellia. The one card, yes, I got dice all over the place, so I can keep track of all the corrections. Yes, as the comments had suggested, this says attempt in any system that contains a Death Star, Star Destroyer, or a Super Star Destroyer. I don't know why I'm getting system and region all confused. A system is particular, like one system. The region is the 4 systems contained within the orange borders. All right, got that cleared up. So what we have to do is we're going to put Tarkin here in this system, Corellia, because it was said if it has a Death Star, Star Destroyer, or Super Star Destroyer. We have a Star Destroyer right here in Corellia. Tarkin's going to come in here then during that mission and try and do that. Fear will keep them in line. Alright, so he has one symbol, but we also have Landau Calrissian in there messing things up. So there's going to be a roll-off to see if it's going to happen or not. So I'm just going to the dice tray here. Everything's sort of long range. I apologize for that. So one black die for Tarkin, one red die for Landau, and we'll see if it happens. And, oh yeah, it happens. Tarkin's not fooling around with little Lando. So what will happen then is we will gain influence or loyalty in 2 systems here, which is excellent, and that gives us a super boost right there. Okay, that was one correction. Oh dear, we have another one coming up. We'll zoom in on that one. And the other correction we have here is this card, which was, again, I'm just messing up, region versus system. It says attempt in any system. This is where we have Piet with his little long-range probes. If successful, the rebel player must tell you if the rebel base is in this system, not region. So yes, we went to Hoth because that's where we thought it would be. We succeeded. We don't know anything about Endor, so we're taking the little marker off of there because we don't know the rebel base is in Endor, but we definitely do know the rebel base is not in Hoth. Alright, and I think there's one other correction. It has to do with battles, so let's get zooming in on that because that's kind of where we left off last episode, and we'll get to it. Alright, so the battle's raging up here in Rodia, and I was doing the battles incorrectly. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to do a round of space combat, followed then by a round of ground combat, rinse and repeat. So, yeah. Now, the other thing is the Rebel Alliance could not retreat from here from the space battle, even if they wanted to, because you have to have a leader that you either have in the system that you can move out to an adjacent system with a bunch of rules that apply, or a leader from your leader pool to make the troops retreat. But we have no leaders for the Rebel Alliance left, and there's no leader in the Rodia system. So the space battle would just continue until one side was destroyed as it was. But the way battles are supposed to happen is you're supposed to do a space battle, then a ground battle. It's the end of the entire round of battle, and then you start another one with the players the ability to retreat. So just want to clear that up. We'll do that correctly from now on. But we do have a ground battle taking place now. So I'm going to get out the dice tray. We're going to take a look at our cards. We actually have 5 cards for the Empire. We have Brilliant Strategy, which is double draw 2 tactics cards from either deck. We have Bombardment. I love this one. Deal damage equal to the red attack value of one of your ships. We have a Super Star Destroyer here. That is a 6. It rolls 3 red dice. So this is going to do 3 damage. And then we can re-roll up to 2 of our dice twice, concentrated fire, and just deal 1 damage. So we should be able to, as the Empire, crush the little rebel scum. So let's get to it. First round of ground combat. Again, I'm just doing the combat kind of incorrectly. We'll do it okay. So we have 2 ATSTs and 2 stormtroopers. The ATSTs are rolling 1 black die, 1 red die. So that's going to be 2 and 2 for the ATSTs. And stormtroopers roll 1 black die. So it's going to be a couple of black die for the stormtroopers. Alright, let's get rolling it up and see what we can get for hits and or cross lightsaber symbols. And oh my goodness. Yeah, the ground forces are going to be in pain. So we had a couple of black hits. So we're going to put 1 on each of the rebel troopers. We have a direct hit. We're going to put the 1 direct hit on the snow speeder, or speeder, They can take, what are they? They are 2 red die damage. And then we have 2 crossed lightsaber symbols. Let's take a look at our cards again. We have Bombardment, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and play Bombardment. Deal damage equal to the red attack value of one of your ships. So we're just going to go ahead and play that for this symbol. Boom! And that's going to be 3 damage. Holy heck, that is an awful pile of damage that we are doing. So 3 damage is going to be 2 on one snow speeder, and it's going to be another one. So it'll be a total of 2 damage on the other snow speeder. So with one fell swoop, from bombardments to just stormtroopers attacking, we still have 1 crossed black symbol. And we're going to go ahead, why not, and play this card. Draw 2 tactics cards from either deck. We're going to draw 2 ground tactics cards, because why not? That's what we're going to do. So I got to get the ground tactics card deck out here. I don't want to put these in the wrong place. Alright, so we get 2 more cards. 1, 2. I'll leave the deck here. And we get dig in, discard 1 ground tactic card from your hand, block up to 2 damage, and deal 1 damage to up to 2 different ground units. So wow, we have Darth Vader here is doing a fine job of crushing the rebels. But the rebels do get to fire back, and I do believe they are going to be doing the same thing. I guess we'll put the hit markers, because we have to use the dice. So each one of the rebels, I do believe, has been hit. But we have to see what they roll for their attack dice. Alright, so for them, I think it's exactly the same thing. They're going to get, for their rebel troopers, 1 black die for each one. And then they get a black and a red for the air speeder. So basically, it's exactly the same dice rolls. 4 black, 2 red. Let's get to it. Let's see what the rebels can do in response to that onslaught. Well, they did a pretty good job. They get a crossed symbol. So they're going to go ahead and grab a card, ground combat card right now. Alrighty. So, and they're going to go ahead and block 1 damage. So they're going to block a damage on the 1 snow speeder. And is there any way we can foil them up with that? No, because we finished playing our cards. So we are sort of done until the next round of combat. So we can't really do anything. So that's going to leave 1 damage on the, I keep calling it a snow speeder, air speeder, I guess. So they played their card, boom. And what else do they have to process? They have a red hit and a direct hit. So they're going to go ahead and put 2 hits on one of our AT-STs. With that, trying to destroy it. So a couple of damage on 1 AT-ST, and they still have 1 black hit. So one of our stormtroopers is also going to take a damage, which would actually get rid of it. Now that would be the end of things if we did not have cards to play, but we do. So we're going to say discard 1 ground tactic card from your hand to block up to 2 damage. So we're going to get rid of one of the concentrate fire cards. By playing this one, we can block 2 damage. Oh yeah, I can see where this is going. So we're going to block 2 damage, so our AT-ST doesn't take any damage at all. Good stuff. And then we also have reroll. Oh no, hang on. Deal 1 damage. Oh, deal 1 damage to adjacent. Okay, that's going to be it. So there we go. So that's going to be the end of that entire combat round. So we have blown up one of their air speeders. It's gone. The other one's got 1 damage, and both of their troopers have been destroyed. But there is still, and one of our stormtroopers has been eliminated. Right on. So that's pretty good. Okay, next round of combat. We still have 2 AT-STs. We still have a whole bunch of nice cards to do, to play. And yeah, so on to the next round of combat. I'm just going to turn the camera off, and we're going to get back to it. So yes, combat takes quite a while in this game. They have 1 damaged snowspeeder. They can't retreat. I don't think ground units can actually retreat anyway. And we're going to subjugate the system. Alright, so let's go ahead. So we're rolling a red and a black for each AT-ST. So that's 2 red, 2 black, and then the stormtrooper is a black. And you're thinking, well, what good are the black dice? But they do have direct hits. We only need 1 hit on the airspeeder. We all have cards to go ahead and do that. So don't think we're going to have too much of a problem. Oh my goodness. 2 direct hits. I'm just going to leave the dice out here. So at 2 direct hits, that's going to be a total of 3 damage. We're going to go ahead and be crazy. We're going to deal critical hit damage. So we're going to, and you can over damage units because then when you get blocked damage, that'll end up getting rid of them. So we got a total now of 4 damage on that airspeeder. We got another hit, 5 damage on the airspeeder. Unless they can block all 5 damage, I think they're going down. So in retaliation, they roll 1 black, 1 red for their snow speeder, and they get 1 black hit. And I don't think, no, we can't block any of it, but that's fine. So we are going to lose the stormtrooper. All right, actually that wasn't bad. So boom, the snow speeder, airspeeder, absolutely annihilated. So is our stormtrooper. But we're sitting there with 2 ATSTs on the planet Rodia. So we've gone ahead and taken over Rodia. They had an awful lot of units there, so we're wondering, is this the rebel base? And the rebel player says, no, it is not. Not the rebel base, but it is now subjugated because we have ground forces sitting there occupying the place. So it is no longer a Rebel Alliance loyalty spot. It's now subjugated by the Empire. All right. So yeah, like I said, combat should alternate between space and ground, if there's space and ground units there. Whew. All right. That's the end of the combat. And it would go back then to the Rebel player, but the Rebel player has no leaders left, and they have nothing they can do. So they're going to pass. So it goes right back to us. We have Capture Rebel Operative Boba Fett mission, and we have Palpatine sitting out here, and that's it. So let's I think we're gonna think about what we want to do with Palpatine. We're probably going to get him to move some units around the board, and we'll go from there. All right, so for our final act of terror as the Empire, we're going to take Palpatine. He's going to move right in here with Mon Mothma, and we're going to do a little ship movements, and you see he's got icon or numbers at the bottom, so he can activate and move ships. We're going to take the Super Star Destroyer, move it into Nal Hutta with one of the stormtroopers, which we're dropping on the planet, and we're going to take the couple of TIE fighters with us as well. Boom! Another subjugated planet. Sorry, Mon Mothma, your loyalty here is waning because we have just dropped stormtroopers on the planet. Right on. Okay, and then we are going to pass. We're not going to go ahead and do this mission, which is Capture Rebel Operative. We already have Princess Leia captured. If we capture a different character or leader, then Princess Leia is going to go free, but we're not going to do that. So we're just skipping. We don't have to do that mission. We can just say, no, we're passing, and then our leaders go back to the pool. All right, during the refresh phase. So yeah, so we're passing. So I guess we'll just leave that mission out there for now. All right, so what happens next? That was the end of the command phase. We're into the refresh phase. So we're going to retrieve all leaders, and they're going to go back to either the Rebel Alliance, except for the captured Princess Leia, and we're going to gather all of our Empire leaders and put them in our pool. All right, so here we have the Rebel Alliance, the scum of the galaxy, according to the Empire. That's in their leader pool. I'm not going to read through all of them. This is what they have: 6 leaders currently, and they have Princess Leia captured on Corellia. Let's take a look at our leaders. And so similarly, we have, well, of course, we have 7 because we don't have any captured leaders. I do not believe the Empire can actually have captured operatives or leaders at all, so it's never going to happen. So this is our crew looking pretty good, pretty nasty. And then we're going to go on to the next phase, which is draw missions. So each player, so Rebel Alliance is going to draw 2 missions. We're not going to see that. We're going to draw 2 missions and add them to our hand. We have 5. You can have a hand limit of 10, so we're good to go there. All right, so for us, we have, of course, these missions. We get to draw 2 new ones, so let's see what else we can do to get rid of the Rebel scum. So we have, Lure of the Dark Side. Oh, I like this, Palpatine. Attempt against a captured leader. Count all skill icons during this attempt. If successful, attach the Lure of the Dark Side ring to the Rebel leader. It becomes an Imperial leader for the rest of the game. If successful against Luke Skywalker, the Rebel player loses 1 reputation. Oh my goodness. Yes, Palpatine is definitely going to be doing that one. And we have Hunt Them Down. We don't have this guy currently. Attempt in any system, if successful, destroy up to 2 health worth of units of your choice in this system. Ooh, I like both of those. Those might have to happen. So those are our missions. And now we have 7. So of course we have capture rebel operative, gather intel, rule by fear, trade negotiation, attempt in any populous system, if successful, gain a loyalty in the system, and research and development. So there you go. Those are our missions. Up next in the refresh phase, we have launched the probe droid. So the Imperial player draws 2 probe cards. So we're going to find out maybe where the rebel base is not. Alright, so we're going to get the probe deck out here. It's still pretty hefty. We're going to draw the top 2. And we're going to find out where the rebel base is not. So it is not on Kessel. Well, we already know that because we've already been there. We've subjugated. We knew it's not there. And it's not Kashyyyk. Alright, which is right here. Okay, so that's interesting because they've got quite a build up there, but apparently rebel base is not at Kashyyyk. That doesn't mean we can't bring in our Death Star, blow it up. We might want to do that, given the option. So there we go. That was drawing the probe deck. Next, it's draw an objective. So the Rebel Scum get to draw another objective. Their objective deck looks like this, so they get to draw one. Of course, we're not going to see what it is. And most of their objectives let them move their marker closer to the turn marker. Alright, well, they have things they are trying to accomplish. Up next, I do believe we do the turn marker, advance the time marker. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so the time marker is ticking down. So it's going from here to 5. And the only icon we have here is recruiting leaders. That's the last one on the track. So this is going to be the last leader we get to recruit for either side. So let's take a look and see who the Rebel Alliance is going to recruit. And then we're going to see what our options are as the Empire. Alright, so the Rebel Alliance has recruited General Medine. And he's got 1 space battle combat card, 3 ground, 2 influence, 2 strength. So that's going to be added into the Rebel Alliance leader pool. Alright, and for us, we are going to be taking the top 2 cards off of our action deck. And we're going to be seeing who we can possibly recruit. Alright! Ooh, I think we just had a mission with this guy. And we already have him recruited. So I guess our only option is this one. Let's take a look at him and see what he's going to give us. So I guess if we pulled 2 leaders we already had, we would not be able to recruit a leader. So yeah, well, at least we get this guy right on. Let's get him out and take a look at him. Alright, so here we have the Sunterfell, and he's got 2 space combat cards pulling, 1 for ground. He's got 2 strength, 1 intel. Or yes, so there we go. He's going to be added to our pool. It's going to give us a total of 8 leaders. Up next in the turn is deploying units. Alright, so it would appear that the poor little Rebel Alliance has no units in the build queue whatsoever, but the Empire is still cranking out the goods. So we got a Stormtrooper, TIE Fighter, a couple of Assault Carriers, and everything else is going to move down 1. So we've got a Star Destroyer and a TIE Fighter moving down, as well as this one. Right on! Now we get to put these units in systems. You can put 2 in any one system as the limits. So let's figure out where we want to put our Assault Carriers, our Stormtrooper, and our TIE Fighter. I don't know why, but I just want to put the TIE Fighter here with the Death Star. And we're also, we're getting danger. We're also going to drop the Stormtrooper here at Mandalore. So I'm not going to put a beat on there. We only have 2 Assault Carriers to go. So we're going to be dropping the Stormtrooper there and the TIE Fighter. We still have 2 Assault Carriers to place. And I'm not sure if you place Assault Carrier units in a system that has Imperial units, whether there's an immediate fight. So I'm going to figure that out right now. Alright, so as per the rules, because there's this pesky little X-Wing here, we cannot deploy units to Coruscant. Because I guess they're blockading the system. Alright, well, we'll figure you out. We'll get you. Alright, what are we going to do with our Assault Carriers? I'm going to have to think about it. And yeah. Yes, we, the Empire, are spreading ourselves extremely thin. We're going to put an assault carrier here, assault carrier with, we've got one groundie. We can go over to Felucia, get, because we're going to be building next time. So, I don't know, we're going to put one of the assault carriers there, and the other one, I have to think about where we want to put it. Alright, I think it makes sense to put the other assault carrier right here in Solust, because we have an ATST and a couple of stormtroopers. Again, we can start moving out over to Dagobah or whatever next time. Try and figure out where that rebel base is. Alright, we're going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today. Alright, so that's going to wrap us up for today. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. And all the corrections I get in the comments. I really appreciate it. Sometimes things slip through the cracks or I do things incorrectly. So check the comments to make sure I'm playing the game correctly. So to clarify. So thanks so much. And we'll see you in the next time. I hope to get up a video. I'm trying to get them up every day. I'm having quite a rough time trying to do it because of personal things and work, etc., etc. So I'm trying my best. So thanks so much. We'll see you next time for the continuation Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing as the Empire. We will find the Rebel base and we will crush it. All right, see you then.